All right, let's lighten up the mood for just a moment. And I've got just the perfect person to do that. He is many things. Sometimes more of them are in his own head than he really is. But he's an author, he's an artist, he's a mascot, he's a cartoon, a caricature. He draws caricatures. He's a parrot head. He's a former art teacher here, as a matter of fact. And he's a good friend to everyone you meet. So I would like to now introduce, well, it was supposed to be Corey Geishauser, but I guess in his place, a bunny? So that is Corey. Who else would wear a bunny suit to a party?
I got my award right here. Well, 30 years and... Will you hold my head? I don't want to scare any kids. 30 years and 5 months ago, I hopped down that aisle, sort of. I landed the role as Barrington Bunny in the class. Why would anybody want to do this for a living? Now, my predecessor, Boo Reeker, a few years before, he did an okay job, but I'm here accepting the Harvey Award from the Jimmy Stewart Museum, which is kind of ironic because that's about a 6-foot-tall rabbit anyways. And let's see, I'm in the same likings as June Allison and Ernie Borgnine, Jim Caviezel. Oh, this makes kind of noise. You can have that. And I'm so glad, most of you all remember Barrington Bunny. I'm sure you were all there. And it's so nice that I have this whole speech written out in honor for me to do the speech of my acceptance.
No.
Speech.
No, you're not winning anything.
Award.
No, we didn't bring you up here for an award. Remember I said he is a little more in his own mind than it's real. It's no award, Corey.
So I got to do the other script.
Yes, good. Do that. Not.
It says the roast of St. John's, and I edited this about 1,000 times. Some of this stuff I know I can't say over the microphone. So if you want to hear the real roast after hours, you can come see me. This is called My Time at St. John's School. Get your tissues out. I started out at Sacred Heart, and I came home donning blisters. Playing stickball ain't no fun at all when you're beaten by the sisters. So I defected to Lakemont, where I heard they had no nuns. So nice to finally sit down without the burning on my buns. I now had 15 in my class instead of the out-of-control 50. The teachers here at St. John's called me by my name, and I thought that was really nifty. Lois and Carol were like angels. I discovered learning was a treasure. It was also the first time I found out that yardsticks and rulers were also used to measure. And let me go off a second. I'm going to talk to my English teacher. Mr. Wilson, my iambic pentameter is way off. Hot for teacher in 3rd and 4th with Miss Cindy Listokey. I heard there's another Listokey. The Cindy Listokey. And my brother, Brett, the same thing a few years later, but his was Linda V. She's now she's a Mueller now, okay? Found out when I was 8, if a girl kissed you, one does not need a vaccination. Also learned that the 3 R's were not recess, rest, and relaxation. By 5th and 6th, I finally learned to spell evangelist right. But now we had to tag on an O. And I thought Geishauser was a long last name. That homework box has got to go. Do you still have that thing? Do you still have the box? Is it like gold now? Gold box? You guys remember the box? Get your homework in? All right, so Gary blinded me with science, and in math, he made me deaf. But we did get to play volleyball with the St. Francis College girls. I wish I could have been the ref. Memories of religion class. Thank goodness for dear old Father Ed. What a sense of humor. We called him Fred. F-R-E-D, Fred, Father Ed. But now he's just Mr. Ed. See that storage room in the back there by Andrea? See that storage room? Guess what it used to be? Hiding behind the partitions for confessions. My voice I would often disguise. But Father Eddie, busted me every time. And my penance was soon piled high. Steve's room rolled around, and we all thought we were home free. Right, Stackmas? Why didn't someone tell us that 7th and 8th grade was also when we'd get acne? Painting windows at Christmas time, bake sales in Hershey Park, made up for puberty, awkwardness, voice cracking, and zit marks. The entire basketball team would pile into Mr. Wilson's little blue bug. I'm sure we looked like a bunch of clowns stuffed in there, and I was usually the guy plastered up against the floor mat rugs. Years later, I edited all this. Years later, I got called back in to get these students right brain smarts. I wrote this at 2 in the morning, all right, cut me right. At the time, I was having a love affair with Crayola, so I started teaching art. I'd like to thank you teachers for all that you have done. Thanks for not persuading me to be a doctor or a lawyer. Dressing up like a moron is much more fun. And pays fairly well too. Now, I had at least 10 more versions of these writings, but had to edit intently because I'd be talking for over an hour and it definitely wouldn't be rated G. And as they closed the doors to this place, I prayed I wouldn't choke. Would someone get me the hell out of this costume? I think I'm having a heat stroke. Now, on a serious note, if however serious you want to be with a 6-foot rabbit, I'm recently in the middle of doing an art show with some of the kids here from St. John's, and I got to do a little reception, and some of them couldn't make it because of Odyssey of the Mind. And I read this. This is a poem I got. Actually, it was given to me by Mr. Rogers. I want everybody to hear this and take it. This is for past and present teachers and students especially. It's called Be the Best of Whatever You Are by Douglas Malloch. If you can't be a pine tree at the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub by the side of the rill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a bush, be a bit of the grass, and some highway some happier make. If you can't be a muskie, then just be a bass, but be the liveliest bass in the lake. We can't all be captains, we've got to be crew. There's something for us all here. There's big work to do, there's lesser work to do, and the task we must do is the near. If you can't be a highway, then just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are. Hakuna Matata. Give me my hand. Oh, yeah. I'm taking this away.
A perfect product of St. John's. Thank you, Tori Geishauser.